In 1929, historians made a shocking discovery: the Piri Reis map. Once the Turkish Navy's most advanced navigation tool, the map had been lost for over 4 centuries. Drawn up in 1513 and based on older sources, it's one of the most accurate cartographic records of the period. So precise that it includes detailed drawings of Antarctica's northern ridge, 300 years before the continent was discovered. The Piri Reis map is not the only map depicting Antarctica long before its official 1821 discovery. The Orance Fine map, published in 1531, includes it too. More intriguing still, this map features rivers and lakes, which satellite imaging confirms do exist. But how did the cartographers know if no one set foot there until the 19th century? Professor Charles Hapgood claims that Antarctica was once home to an ancient civilization. Its citizens fled or perished when natural disasters transformed the continent into the 14 million square kilometers of dangerous icy terrain that remains today. So could the remains of their city still exist under the ice? The claim rests on Hapgood's crustal displacement theory. This posits that the Earth's entire crust shifts every 20 to 30,000 years. The most recent shift would have taken place 12,000 years ago, relocating Antarctica to the southern polar zone. This shift rendered it uninhabitable and buried settlements under miles of ice. If true, this explains differences in the ice thickness between Lesser and Greater Antarctica, with one reaching the South Pole 40,000 years earlier. Early proponents of the theory include Albert Einstein, who wrote the foreword to Hapgood's 1958 book, The Earth's Shifting Crust. Convinced the project was worth pursuing, Einstein petitioned American President Eisenhower for government funds. Unfortunately, Eisenhower left office before an agreement was finalized. Research in this area has been sidelined ever since. But in 1995, Graham Hancock published Fingerprints of the Gods. He claimed crustal displacement in 10,450 BC destroyed an advanced civilization, whose remains lie beneath Antarctica. The descendants of this civilization went on to build the Aztec, Mayan, Egyptian and Olmec empires. This resounds with Native American historical accounts, which trace their ancestry to Aztlan, a mysterious southern white island that was destroyed by natural disasters. But Hancock's theory isn't as far-fetched as it first appears. In 2012, reports surfaced that satellite imaging had identified a 14-mile structure beneath Antarctica. Initially visible on Google Earth, the US military and NASA soon rejected the claims. If true, this fortress would be 12,000 years old, making it the oldest human settlement on Earth. On the other hand, more recent data shows that crustal displacement could not have taken place as Hapgood claimed. If it had, all animal life would have been wiped out, with land masses moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Equally, geographical poles have not shifted more than 5 degrees in the last 130 million years. The truth is, Hapgood was a historian. It would be misguided to mistake his work for scientific fact. Scientists such as Professor Peter Barrett have spent years researching Antarctica, showing it's been covered in ice for at least 15 million years. Given that the first human predecessors emerged 6 million years ago, it's impossible that an ancient civilization could have built a city there before it froze over. It is possible that the Piri Reis map shows Antarctica, but modern researchers such as Keith Fitzpatrick Matthews point out a glaring error. Place names on the map, such as Porto de San Julián, strongly suggest that it is really Argentina. This is a perfect fit when the map is turned 90 degrees. Its position on the map has a simple explanation. It had to be moved in order to fit onto the parchment. The 2009 Hollywood blockbuster 2012 was inspired by crustal displacement. Director Roland Emmerich said that reading Fingerprints of the Gods was the hook he needed to fulfill his dream of making a disaster movie. It also inspired Emmerich's 2008 film 10,000 BC about prehistoric tribesmen. The hypothesis has gained greater credence as a work of fiction than anything close to scientific reality. Until we fully scan the depths of Antarctica, we can't be certain of a submerged city. But questions do remain. What is the unknown superstructure lying beneath the ice caps? Given Einstein's faith in the idea, are we missing something by writing it off? Scientific data overwhelmingly discredits the idea. And until otherwise proven, so should we. In 2012, Ridley Scott's sci-fi film Prometheus portrayed humans as creations from alien DNA. And there are some who believe that this premise is more science fact than fiction.